After using Linux for a while, people have a misconception that Linux is secure. There are no viruses, there is no hackers, there is no security threat, and that is somewhat true. Linux servers are secure. There are no such thing as viruses or security flaws in Linux server. But on the other hand, in desktop, yeah, they are not ever secure. And security is one of the most important thing when it comes to your privacy and your data. So in this video, we will go through all the pros and the cons and how you can secure your Linux server, your Linux desktop, and everything. So let's get started. So you can visit my website, futureinside.blog, and I have written a detailed post, a detailed blog about this video and everything that is required. So every command that you see, every single thing that I'll discuss will be down in the description below. So you just come to post 2023 and secure Linux. There are three major ways you can control or you can secure your operating system. There are three levels you could say: the network security, the operating system security, and the application security. And we will discuss them one by one, and we will see how they are different from each other, and what is level security and how you can use them to operate them. So let's just talk about the network level security. So a network, if you are in a Wi-Fi network or you're in a cafe and you're using someone network or Wi-Fi, there's a big chance that a hacker can access through your IP and he can do anything with the system. So to protect unwanted IPs accessing your computer, you need a firewall. A firewall is just a kind of gate for your computer, so it will block all the incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. It will monitor each and everything. So if you're on Linux, there are a couple of options. The best one and the simplest one for me is UFW. UFW is the command line utility for Linux. As you can see in my blog post, it is available in every single distribution. In Debian, in Ubuntu, in Fedora, in Arch. I'm using Arch Linux, so I will be installing. So to install UFW, you just need to sudo pacman, copy this command, and just paste it. So I will be pasting this command, and I have already installed this on my system, so I might not need to, but you haven't, so you can just go and press yes. So if you're on Debian or Fedora, the process is gonna be the same no matter what you do. So I'm gonna not gonna install it. So once you have installed it, you need to enable it and start it. So before you get started, you need to define some rules. So here are a couple of good rules that I think that I use on daily basis, and that is pretty good. First, you need to limit port number 22. A port is a gateway for a firewall through which a traffic is entered or exited through your network. So you need to limit port 22. You need to allow port 80. You need to allow 443 because these 80 port 80 and 443 is most of the ports that most of the application uses to communicate with the internet. So you might want to keep them open or there will be some issues. You need to deny all incoming traffic. You do not want any incoming traffic, and you want to allow outgoing traffic so that your computer can communicate with outside traffic, but outside traffic cannot communicate with your computer. It is pretty important. And once you have set these rules, you need to enable it. So just copy these commands and just move to terminal and just paste them. And I have already enabled it, so it won't work for me. So it says firewall is active and enable on you. So every time you start your computer, UWF will be enabled and these rules will be applied automatically. So it is one of the firewall, but there is sometime there is continuously denial of service attack or a DoS attack. How do you deal with them? For them, there is a utility known as fail to ban. Fail to ban is a pretty utility for it is basically used for in Linux servers to block different IPs who are attacking or brute forcing through ways so that they can enter the system. It is installed. It is available on every single repository on in Debian, Fedora, in Arch. I haven't installed it yet, so let's just install this package real quick. And once you have installed it, now you need to configure it. So in order to configure it, you just need to go to this etc/fail to bin directory.local, And if you have not created this directory, then you can simply just create it. So send it is in etc. I need to be sudo. I need to have sudo privileges. I'm not going to create this file. I will create this file later. Okay, this file is folder is already existing. So let's just cd into that slash etc slash fail and there are a couple of config files, but for me I'm just gonna copy this. If you are ignoring the IP, you might not change the IP over here. So let's just see the config file for fail to ban, and out of the gate, yeah, it's not pretty much. So let's just create this file jail.local. Sudo touch jail.local sudo nvim jail.local, and I will paste um, this. Quit, and now you need to enable it. To enable this, you just need these two commands. Using systemd, you are first enabling it and then you're starting this service, and you have created, and now it will be run automatically every time you boot into yours. So this is the one way you can protect your system. And I say pay to ban is pretty awesome. So the other way you can secure, the second option was the operating system. So for Debian, if you know that you add PPAs, different repositories to install application for which is for Microsoft, for Google Chrome, Visual Studio Code, and there are a bunch of more applications. Like for example, Spotify, they have their own repositories. Or over here, I have example. I use Nala on Debian. So they have it is organized by Vulkan repository. It is in Vulkan repository. Now it might be Debian, but I'm not sure. So I created a config file, so it will deny all incoming packages from any other repository and give priority to Debian repository. You do not want to add too many PPAs because it will slow down your computer. It will break your dependencies and it will create chaos. And in those misleading dependencies, there is a chance that a hacker could inject anything. So on Arch, you want to make sure you're using AUR, for example, then you want to make sure that you do not install any broken packages. If you're using AUR to install any packages, then make sure it is up to date, dependencies are not old, and make sure that it is well maintained, because if it isn't, your life is gonna be hell. So that is one way you can secure all coming operating system level. So another way is application level. Um, it is one of the most important thing. I recommend that if you are beginning, then you should use Flatpaks or snaps, because they are installed using a container methodology. For example, they are in a sandbox where all the dependencies, all the applications are installed, and they do not interact any other dependencies across the system. So it is good to install application by them, but if you are an intermediate to expert level, then you can manage that. You need to build packages from source. I highly recommend that, because uh, using the using the build methodology, you came across, or you came across the known dependency, because it would break your system. Like I said, security is not a destination, it's a journey. And you need to do everything to protect your system. These are the common things that I do on every my Linux server. I also have a Linux server. I'm running Fedora on it, and I do this all the same thing. I use Docker, set Docker as a non-root user, because it will make things easier. Separate your home folder from different everything, and make sure that you have if your system is secure. And if you have any other question, then email me, or you can just go to future insight slash contact us. You can fill out your message, anything, and I will respond to you via email, or you can leave a comment down below. I will happy to respond. And that is it. Be safe and I'll see you next time.